What it do, y'all? Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Hope y'all are having a good one, a productive one. But this is crazy, man. 50 Cent takes to the blogosphere, shares this boxer, Sugar Ray Leonard, says he was actually assaulted by a man, his trainer. This is fucking crazy, man. There's a lot of sick creeps out there, man. You know, just looking to violate people. I really reference these individuals as demons, inhuman demons, and it's scary, man. And you know, a lot of people, it's like this happens to them, and it ruins them for life. They can never recover from it mentally, physically. It does things to them. It's no laughing matter, no joke. But this is what's wild too, right? Fifth sees this and he says, "I don't know why I thought Puffy did it. But the first thing I thought was Puffy did it. What the fuck going on, man? Damn." And then, you know, you see he got his brands in there, of course, always the yak. And you see in the comments here, 40 Glocks laughing. 50 Cent, man, he's a cold motherfucker. Because like I said, man, this is some real disturbing ish that happened to a lot of people. There's a lot of people, like, because some people might think, one, how could this happen to this man? He's a boxer. Now, I don't know. I'm guessing this is when he was coming up. Some sick PDO did this to him. You know, like, I don't think this happened to him as a grown man. As throughout life, there's a lot of sick individuals that get positions of authority, like, you know, for maybe those that came up in detention centers, group homes, just different facilities and stuff like that. A lot of these demons are lurking around. It's fucked up that they're able to get this kind of position of authority to abuse their power in that way. It's purely sickening, man. Comment anyone out there if you ever seen the movie Sleepers with Robert Deniro. I think Brad Pitt's in it. Excuse me. A few other individuals, but this kind of stuff eats people alive, man. And a lot of people might be like, why is Sugar Ray sharing this? Why would he put this out there? And a lot of people can't deal with this in their life. Like I said, it breaks them down mentally. Physically, it hurts them in ways where, like, they have these paranoia and don't trust anyone and lash out and stuff like that. It's messed up, man. But Sugar Ray, I think, is just... This is in his book. I pulled something up about this because I was like, wait, what happened? You know what I'm saying? What is this about? And it's just so sick and disturbing, man, from the stuff from Penn State. And it's so crazy, too, with that is a lot of individuals outside of these sick flux perpetrating these disgusting crimes. You know, they're other people complicit that help cover it up and stuff like that, man. It's, you know, so they're just demonic themselves, in my opinion, man. But we see Sugar Ray from back in the day here, and it says, "I realized I would never be free unless I revealed the truth," he writes in his coming memoir. Yo, it's so crazy, too. 50 Cent, he's putting all this on Diddy. 50 Cent's ready to put anything that happens on Diddy, man. And he's been going in on Diddy with this ish hard. Pause. Sounds fucked up even saying pause in situations like this, man. Like, this is uncomfortable stuff we don't want to talk about, right? But these sick creeps got to be put on blast, man. And it needs to be put out there that the kind of ish that, like, this kind of ish that happens to people, and not just this kind of trauma in general in life, if you don't deal with it, it will eat you alive, man. It will. The demonry will, you know, affect you in all kinds of negative ways. But like I said, what do you guys think about Fifth continuing to put anything like this on Puff and always referencing Diddy's situation? What do you guys think? Is he just trolling? And if you think that he is just trolling, is he crossing the line by trying to put anything like this on Diddy? Or do you look at it like there's things he knows about Diddy? And, you know, this is his way of exposing Diddy, that he keeps, going in on him for this type of stuff. So check it. It says the opening, hit the comments with all that, y'all. The opening segment of a forthcoming autobiography by Sugar Ray Leonard runs counter to the cutting style he used in winning boxing championships in 5 weight divisions more than a quarter century ago. It is more like hearing the bell, rushing to the center of the ring, and being hit with a straight right hand. Most fans of Leonard remember him for his sweet smile and lightning fast hands as a transcendent and breakout celebrity in a brutal profession. By page 36, The Big Fight, My Life in and Out of the Ring, he published next month by Viking, Leonard has mentioned to cocaine use, growing up in a home with alcohol abuse and domestic violence, luckily surviving a car wreck with his mother at the wheel, almost drowning in a creek as a child who was unable to swim, and fathering a son at 17. So you see, Sugar Ray been through a lot, man. Been through a lot. Let me know if you're going to get this book, if you're intrigued to get this book. And also, something I wanted to point out too is there's a lot of people that believe that certain individuals that have like different preferences will say that. We got to watch how we say what we say or whatever. It is a result of demons put in this kind of demonry into the atmosphere, that it has people confused, or they question who they really are because of sick, twisted things that happen to them, man. Everyone, whatever you're dealing with in life, again, man, get your therapy, deal with it. Make sure you got the right person you're doing therapy with, though. If you don't have the right person that you're comfortable with, you're not going to get them results. But it says 2 pages later, Leonard delivers the book's bombshell while indirectly addressing a growing concern in the sports industry at large. He reveals publicly for the first time that he was actually abused as a young fighter by an unnamed prominent Olympic boxing coach. So there y'all have it there for those questioning, how could this happen to this boxer? Why wouldn't he just knock someone out? Why wouldn't he just beat a motherfucker's ass or something like that? He's a boxer. And let me say too, I've heard from people, who, apologies for y'all the background noise if there's wind and ish like that, but some people, another reason on top of the trauma they're already dealing with, like situations like this, that some people are like, have told me they froze up in fucked up situations, you know what I mean? But back to this, right? Like, well, why wouldn't he just beat a motherfucker's ass? Well, he was a youth. He was coming up. He was a youth, and this is some sick fuck who's older. And then on top of it, he was a boxing coach. So I think he probably knew a thing or two about self-defense also. I don't know. Let's continue on, though. Leonard writes that when the coach accompanied him as a 15-year-old and another young fighter to a boxing event in Utica, New York in 1971, he had the team. Man, I don't even want to read this, but it says just basically that he had him bathing with Epsom salts while he sat on the other side of the bathroom. He said something inappropriate was occurring, but did not want to question the male authority figure. This is some creepy-ish to even read, y'all. But real talk, as I said a little bit ago before I got into this part of it all, right? Like, this is stuff that was being hidden and not discussed for a long time, or not exposed, where people were just letting this kind of stuff eat them alive. They didn't feel like they could go to anyone, you know what I mean? And these creeps did this ish freely and with no fear of paying, really. It's twisted, man. Like, these motherfuckers all gotta pay. It says several years later, Leonard describes sitting in a car in a deserted parking lot across from a rec center, listening intently as the same coach said, to be in his late 40s, explained how much gold medal at the 76 Olympics would mean, what it would mean to his future. Leonard was flattered, filled with hope, as a young athlete would be, but writes, before I knew he had, well, I'm not even going to read this part, he did some sick stuff to him. And he says he didn't scream, he didn't look at him, he just opened the door and ran. And think about that, y'all. The way that it sounds like he ran there physically, he'd been running his whole life from this trauma, man. So here he is all these years later as a grown-ass man trying to deal with it all and put it behind him and, like, slay these demons, if they're still alive out there, and the inner demons that have been eating them up. He adds that when he first decided to discuss the incident in the book, which was written with Michael Arkush, he offered a version in which the abuser stopped before there was actual contact. Now listen, that's something a lot of individuals do too when it comes to court, prosecuting people and stuff like that. Sometimes people, it's hard for them to deal with it, so they want to change their story up. You know, they don't want to actually admit it. It's hard for them to even come forward at all, and then later they may recant certain things, and then people think that those individuals are lying. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying there's never been people that accuse people of doing flucked up ish or whatever and lied, right? But this is something different. This is real. This you know what I'm saying? And a lot of individuals do that. They might have the courage to deal with something one day, but not have it another day. That was painful enough, Leonard writes. But last year, after watching the actor Todd Bridges bare his soul on Oprah's show about how he was actually abused as a kid, I realized I would never be free unless I revealed the whole truth, no matter how much it hurt. So there you have Todd Bridges from Different Strokes, which you guys remember there was an episode of Different Strokes about that. Do y'all remember that? They were kind of trying to go into some uncharted territories and cover this sick demons out there. Y'all remember that? I think that was like a special event, a 2-part series or something like that, if I remember correctly, man. And the way Todd Bridges gave Sugar Ray the courage to try to speak out against this stuff, hopefully Sugar Ray coming forth, you know, and the fact that he's a boxer, he's a tough dude and things of that nature can help inspire other people to deal with their trauma too. And if these sick flux are still out there, they can pay for what they did. And if not just pay, if there's not a way to prosecute them, they can pay by being put on blast, man. Though his publisher, Leonard, who turned 55 on Tuesdays, sorry y'all about all this wind, declined to comment for this article, saying that he would be doing publicity for the book in June, but several people who were close to him when he was routinely banking multi-million-dollar purses for title bouts with Roberto Duran. Remember that? No Mas? What was that? The Thriller in Manila? Thomas Hearns and Marvin Hagler were taken aback when told of what he had revealed in the book. This is the first time I've ever heard that, and I've known Ray since he was just a kid. Dave Jacobs, who was Leonard's first trainer as an amateur and later served as an assistant trainer for many of his professional fights, said in a telephone interview, he never talked about that to me, and no one in the group ever mentioned it, so I assume he never talked about it to them either. But if that incident did happen, I feel sorry for him in this part of his life and for having to carry that around with him. So we'll leave that there, y'all. You know, you guys get the picture. He's dealing with his past drama. He saw Todd Bridges bare his soul on Oprah, and it inspired him. And I don't know, man. This is just a terrible situation, and there's so many instances out there where people just go around beating themselves up all their lives. Like, I mean, I almost dare to say, right, more people don't say something and allow it to torment them than do say something. So good for Sugar Ray. Hopefully all these demons can be held accountable. They will on the other side in hell. And what do you guys think about 50 Cent still going in on Diddy for this? Do you think that's just like a twisted sense of humor, or do you think that means something? You know, let me know from what you take from all that. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to the video. Subscribe to the channel. God bless y'all. Let's talk in the comments. Fluck all these evil demons. May they burn in hell.